I'm not ready. Don't hit that button.
It's too late, Skipper. You're busted. Hey, everybody. We are live, and I'm not going to go through the chat. I've been looking to see who's here, and there's Pam. As soon as we go live, we were kind of waiting on her, and there she is. Hey, Pam, welcome.
Sorry, I had to keep the dog outside for a minute.
Well, I said maybe I hope Pam didn't fall over, and Susie's cackled like a hen. She thought that was funny. See? I said she really did one time. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the chat and say hi to everybody. Just a blanket hi, everybody, and welcome. And Howe, especially, thanks for the links you're throwing and all that. And also, we wanted to ask you if you would post the clip of Dee Dee falling off the stool in the chat so Mike can get it later. He's a little bit out of the loop, so we were in chat. I wasn't, but Skipper was saying how funny that was. So.
Oh, it was freaking hilarious. I don't care. She could slap me the next time she sees me.
Hi, Oinky.
Anyway, we have what I consider a special guest tonight, and it's Mike Howe, Howe, and welcome. He has the Fish Tank Barn, and I've known Mike. We were just talking about when his little girls, we were talking about it last night on Pam's stream, when they used to sneak in the barn.
Oh my gosh, yep.
Yeah, I thought you were live streaming.
Yeah. Yes, and hide under the desk and play tricks on him, or when he would go around and give tours, and they would always play tricks on him. And let's see, back then Pam and Candy and myself were three of your mods. Yep. So it was a hoot. But you had this awesome fish keeper and these awesome fish, to watch in the meantime and try to pay attention while they're cutting their shenanigans. But they're in high school now. I can't believe it. So
wow. One's a junior, one's an eighth grader. So
I can't.
She just got her license 2 weeks ago or so.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. That means we're getting old, Pam.
It means I'm getting old too.
Well, I really didn't plan anything special more to say about you than that, Mike. When they see, this will be self-evident, as so aptly said about some things. When you talk about your fish and show your fish, I did ask Mike because I went back and tried to watch, but listened to the last time he was on about a year ago, and he said that he was trending more back toward just having fresh water. So I asked him before people came in, and he said he's not doing any salt right now. But he's spawned clownfish before and all that, so maybe he'll tell us about why he got out of that while he's talking. So
yeah, I mean, it was basically more of this room isn't set like a saltwater tank is. If you're doing like a reef tank, for example, it's kind of a one tank deal. It's not really, you don't have like 16 reef tanks in a room, right? And this room isn't set up as a one tank thing, so it was kind of like the odd man out. And so it just was like, eventually it just was like, you know what, I'm not going to mess with this. We'll see the tank when we're downstairs. It has some cichlids in it, but we'll when we get to that part, we'll see that part. So I think we'll go ahead and just start the tour because it can be long. There's probably I think there's a little under 80 tanks in here. So
wow.
So we'll go I'll go as quickly as I can. Kind of keeping an eye on time.
I can't wait to see. I'm sure there's a lot of changes since last time I've seen.
Oh yeah, I've done a lot over the last year. Like I've opened up this entire area. I'm in the upstairs part for the people who've seen it before. So this is the upstairs portion of it. And before there was a row in the middle. Like now there's it's all wide open up here now.
Oh, that's nice.
Taking it. So,
Mike, how do you keep it warm during the cold winters in Michigan?
Pardon me? Sorry, I missed that first part.
How do you keep it warm in the cold winters of Michigan?
Between all the warm water, I do have a 1,500 watt heater. I used to have a larger one. I thought I'd need more, but the 1,500 watt heater actually does pretty well in here. Now, some stuff slows down, like guppies and stuff don't really breed in the winter, which isn't a terrible thing. But I do heat the room. I do heat some individual tanks. Especially the downstairs part, because all the heat obviously rises up to the top. So I've thought about making some sort of recirculating air thing in here, and but it's really it's kind kind of an interesting thing. So, let me go ahead here. I'll flip the camera around so it's forward facing,
Okay.
and I won't be able to see the chat. But if you guys just kind of fire questions at me as we're going,
Sure.
Yeah.
go ahead and go
Yeah.
from there. So
We'll
you're
ask you questions.
you're gonna see the camera kind of. So I don't make anyone too dizzy as I do this.
Let me blow
So-
you up here. Kaboom. There you go. Mike, I've gone down from 80 tanks, 80 something, to 24.
Wow.
24, and I'm pretty much going to stay where I'm at. I've still got a few empty, but I've got reptiles to put in them, so I got really into reptiles, and I'm loving that. But I still love my fish.
All right, so let me see where I'm going to start.
All right.
All right, I think we'll start. So we're in the upstairs part now, just to kind of level set everyone. All right, let me do this. All right, so this is the first tank we come to. This is kind of a catch-all tank, really. Really has a bunch of schooling fish. You've got Melodithenia bosemani from Aves Creek. September tetras in here. There's like a lone tricolor swordtail. And then you do have some Aeneas cories in here as well. I'll go down and see those down in there. So there's quite a few different fish in here. Kind of just became a catch-all tank. There's a couple of these in the fish room as we go through it. But so this is like 54-gallon bow front. I actually bought a bunch of fish yesterday at an auction in Southwest Michigan. So you'll see some of those new fish here as well. So this next fish here is, they're gonna be hard to see because they're in all the Vallisneria in here. But there's it's Aphophis variatus platy. It's a wild type from Rio Coaquilco,
Beautiful.
in Mexico, I believe it is. And I actually picked up more fry for these yesterday. There's a guy who, an older gentleman that breeds these, and he actually got won the fish class with these fish at the AOA. So
Mike,
sorry you can't see these very well, but the males are really cool on these fish.
what's your secret for the valve? How do you have it so lush?
It's like a weed in here. I think it's our water. I've thought about getting rid of all the val in the fish room. Like it's like duckweed.
Well, I'll take some of your so-called duckweed anytime you want, sir.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I sent some to Steenfot years ago. I'm trying to get the glare out of here. All right. So if you see some glare, I apologize. But so this tank here, I recently redid this tank. This is a 29-gallon. It's got the main fish in here are the Limia peruge. Those are from La Anzufrada in the Dominican Republic. I'll see if I can get a male. There's a male right there. No, that's not really a good one. That's him right there.
Wow.
So that's the male. He's not as colored up as he would be like in the summer, but it's pretty cool fish. And then you have some Praecox rainbows in here as well.
You said that's a 29-gallon?
29-gallon, yeah.
Okay.
And then if you go down to the next 29-gallon here, this one's on the bottom. This is home to the Alitoka diazi. These are a pretty rare Gadaid species. A lot of these I have to look up because there's quite a few. I have quite a few of them in here. But it's another pretty rare fish. Most people don't have this. But I got these at the Triple Crown, or not the Triple Crown, but the ALA this year.
How do the rainbows do in the 29-gallon?
They're fine. I mean, I haven't really tried to breed them, but they seem to do pretty well in there.
Awesome.
There's not a lot of guppies here in the fish room, but these are the Blue Hawaiian Moscow guppies. These are the Bentley Pascal ones. They kind of like thrive and die on me. They kind of like they'll thrive for a while, then they won't do so well, and then they'll kind of come back again. So they're kind of on the comeback again right now. But definitely a fish I want to keep around in here.
Beautiful.
And then the next one, this is the Brachioraphis Rolf's Winnie. So that's the name right there. This is another rare library species. I actually got this at a swap about a month ago. So one of the things I need to work on here in the fish room is like catching females for fry. Like, you know, some of the Ghanaian species really do eat their fry. So this is one that eats. This isn't a Ghanaian, but this one eats its fry as well. So I'm gonna have to catch the females out when they get gravid. Next fish here. This is a 24K gold molly. I got it at that same spot. Not doing that great. I may have to treat him. Unfortunately, there was a female which I think passed away.
Oh,
It was kind of one of those ones. It's, you know, he's not doing so hot, but we'll see on that.
Well, he's lonely.
Well, yeah. I'll see if I can find another one for him or something. Next one down here is the Omeka Splendens. These are from the original Robert Rush Miller collection. He was the person who kind of brought Ghanaians into the aquarium hobby, along with Jim
there's a
Hammer.
lot of them in there.
Yeah, I've had these since 2019. I think I've had these since this colony.
wow.
They're
So
amazing.
I've had a ton of them. I've had this for a long time.
Those are beautiful.
Thanks. And then next tank down the bottom here, another 40 breeder, just like the last one. These are the Rio Otapa swords. And then if you see the brown flecos in there, I just recently purchased those this weekend at a local fish auction. So they're just kind of the regular brown bristle nose. You see on the glass.
It's the little pleco in there.
Yeah, it's just the regular brown bristle nose.
Okay.
All right, so the next fish up here, if you've heard of the Jarnus metallicus, this is its cousin, the Jarnus falcatus. There's the male, the female's in the back. The female's up there. But had these for about a year, and they really haven't done anything for me. I don't know what the secret is with these. So,
What are they again?
Jarnus falcatus. I don't know if they have a
Like-
common name, but they're similar to the Jarnus metallicus that you see around.
He's got a huge podium.
I was
He
going to
does.
say that. I was going to comment, but I didn't want to be creepy.
No, he does.
So you let Ed be creepy.
Yeah.
So
I'm
next
being
one here-
sciencey.
Next one here is the what is this one? Xiphophorus malinche. It's like the northern sword. Like if you remember the swap and you listen to I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name. They spoke about all the wild platies and wild
Oh yeah.
yeah, these are like some of the northern swordtails. So they do well in like the cooler temperatures.
What is his name?
So next up here is the Pasilia chica, or the dwarf molly. Those will get about a couple inches long. The males, however, develop a blue tail, but I've not seen it yet. If you look on the web, there's like an aquarium glacier picture with the blue tail. I've not seen that, but they've spawned in here. You can see the fry. So, and then these hide out a lot, so you probably won't see them. But there are a couple of these in here. They're the Xiphophorus nezahua coyote. If you want to see the name, there's the name. But they're hiding in the rocks. I just saw a couple of them move around in the rocks. But all right. So the next one here we just got yesterday. They're kind of hanging out by the back by the filter. So they're kind of small anyways. But these are the Xiphophorus multilineatus. This is a pretty rare swordtail species. I haven't done a lot of research on it yet, just because I haven't had a chance. But like I said, I got it yesterday at the local auction. So that's what I picked up about a month ago. These are all 20 gallons. These next three, like the multilineatus, is next ones, and then the ones after it. So these are the red wag platies. I got these about a month ago at a swap from one of our local breeders.
They're quite bright.
They're a pretty cool fish. He's He's like in the Guppy Hall of Fame, so he's a pretty accomplished breeder. So there's five of these in here, and one of my favorites actually. I really like having these up here. Kind of be able to look at them.
Oh, this is pretty neat. I like him.
I like
Yeah,
that
so-
pintail.
Yeah, I've not seen many plume tails around, so that's kind of why I picked them up.
Yeah.
So hopefully I can get them to breed it. You know, I think I said earlier, like one of the things I want to do is start pulling more females. So this is what I'll probably try that with. And then next, the same swap. Actually, I bought these as well. These are the Calico Sanke swordtails. There's 3 of them in here, 1 male, 2 females.
Ooh, she's prego.
Yep. So yeah, we'll have to pull some more. Pull these as well.
Those are beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
So next up down here, and I'm gonna have to kind of set the camera down at a weird angle. There's not a lot of space. Hopefully you can see some of these. I picked these up yesterday, and I think I paid like $18 for 13 fish.
Wow.
And those are the marbled swordtails.
What?
I haven't seen those before.
Oh man, those are awesome.
Hey, G. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm like, I missed them at first when I was going through all the bags in the auction, and then I was like, holy crap! I went ahead and bought them. But all right, so the next tank here, I actually just added these guppies today. Like my daughter has a friend who has guppies, and I bought a bag of them for her, and she only wanted the males. You know, there was like 8 fish in the bag, so I kept all the females in one of the males. So I added these in here. But the fish I really want to show you in here are the Xiphophorus andersi, which is the that fish right there. And these fish are generally really shy, so I put these guppies in here to kind of get them out a bit more, which has seemed to work because they're out. And if you watch that talk, he talked. His name was Joe. I can't remember his name. It's gonna bother me now. But he talked about this fish as being like the middle ground between like the northern swordtails and platies and the southern ones. There's like a volcanic rift in Mexico. All right. So the next up here is the 29 gallon. This is home to the Cracodon Audax. That's the female. This tank is ugly because it's a breeding tank, and these are notorious fry eaters. So this tank just kind of stays on the ugly side. But there's the male.
I think it's cool.
That's a beautiful fish.
It looks like a jungle.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I've had these fish for like 2 or 3 years, and they've like never spawned. So like finally, you can see like there's a fry there. There's at least a couple fry in here now.
So they like the cover then.
Yeah, the fry do. I mean, the adults don't care. I mean, they were in a different tank and they were fine, but they eat the fry. So, all right. Next up here is this is actually a 70-gallon tank, but it's actually the size of like a 55, just taller. In here you have some Venezuelan cories on the bottom. You have a couple of humpback limia, the Limia nigrofasciata, and then the main fish in here are the Cyprochromis microlepidotus caramba. They haven't colored up yet, but I've had these for about a year or so. And they were small fry when I got them, so they've grown up quite a bit. And then heading up, this next tank is the Zoogeneticus tequila. Females, we'll get some males in there for you.
Favorite.
I have those.
I like them. Those are really cute. I like their yellow tails.
Yeah, these are a cool fish. There's one I don't surprised that there's not more of in the hobby, right?
I had them and I lost them all, and I was wondering if it was the temperature I was keeping them at.
Yeah, you got
because they were in 77 degrees.
Yeah, I would keep them cooler than that. Keep them like 72 and below, kind of where I kind of aim at.
Darn. I really thought that's probably what got him.
Yeah, if I get a bunch of fry, like I'm real hesitant to sell Gideids because what'll happen with them is if they when they get old they stop breeding. And
Yeah.
so and if you start selling them off, then you like lose your colony basically. So like I'm really like anal about selling those. All right, so hopefully this next fish will be out. This is one I got yesterday, but it's a really cool fish as well. It's the Zoogenet. It's not the sorry, it's the Scyphia multipunctata, but the location is the one that has like the really black male. Oh, there's right there. Got it.
Yep.
Oh, that's neat.
There's other ones that are not as black, but this location has the really dark black male.
Nice.
So there's 2 pair in here of those. All right, so I'll briefly mention this tank, but we'll see some more of these downstairs. These are the older. I got some more of these yesterday, but these have kind of had some fungus on them, so I'm kind of keeping them separate for now. But this is the Cathalipses and Caustus. But we'll see some more of those up downstairs in a little bit better tank. Next fish up here are the Telmatochroma species temporalis shell. This is a shell dweller, kind of like your multis and similis, but these have bred quite readily for me. I got these a year or so, and they just kind of go wild. This next one's been kind of a challenge. I mean, they do well for me, but I've never had them breed. And this is the Namprologus which are now all hiding, of course. So, like, they get really big. The really dominant fish in here has really big, beautiful fins. But if I'm holding the camera up to the tank, you won't see them because they're all hiding in the rocks and everything. You can see the one kind of hiding there. But if I catch them, I'll swing back and see if we can see them. All right, next up here is the Xenotania resolanae. This is the leopard gideid. This is another kind of rare gideid species. This is one I've had for quite a while as well. I don't think these have spawned in a while. I might have to get some more, but it's pretty vibrant colony. One thing you would notice about these gideid species is I keep all the information on them.
Neato.
So, all right, I kind of next tank here. All these you've gone through here are like 29 gallons, like the last 6 or so. This next one is I almost want to call like the Dan's fish tank because both of these fish are from Dan. First, I have the Xiphophorus milleri from Lago di Catamaco, which are the yellow fish in here. So, like, that's the female right there. The males are a little smaller. And then the other fish in here is the Placilia gili. You see, I think the male is right there. And both of these have bred quite well for me, actually. So, well, it's kind of a shout out to Dan. And then also in here, there are some Corydorus gossii. One right there. You're going to see some algae in that shot. Apologize, but so.
Do your Cory spawn?
No, I probably have to do some more work to get them to spawn. I don't feed a lot of frozen food and like bloodworms and stuff, so
Yeah.
that's probably part of it. Next tank here, there's a couple different fish. The main one you'll see in here is the Limia melanogaster, which is my favorite Limia species. Both the males and females are really awesome to look at. So I don't have a good, really plump female right now. But when the females get gravid, like they have this big, huge gravid spot, and then the males are pretty awesome looking as well.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one.
And then also in here, you'll see the duller fish. There's not many of them in here, but that's the Xiphophorus maculatus from Rio Grijalva. All right, next one down here. These are the original Gideid species. These are like the first ones that were brought into the hobby from Robert Rushmiller in 1955. These are the Xenotoca eiseni. I've not had very much luck spawning these. This is one I think I'm gonna have to pull out for sure. But I got these at the Triple Crown, actually at the like the last auction on Sunday is where I got these. So, all right, next one up here is the Alodonyxis tamazule from Rio Tamazula in Mexico. These are kind of a riverine Gudea species. Let me get out, get the glare out of the way here for you. But yeah, I haven't had any luck with these either. They kind of stay towards the bottom. It's kind of feeding time right now, so they're all expecting me to feed them. But they generally kind of hang out and swim around towards the bottom. They're kind of interesting. All right, so the next one here is the what are these? Xenotoca variata, jeweled Gudea. These are one of my favorite. I call these like disco balls, especially like the males.
Oh,
you can see the male with the black tail.
They're ready for supper.
Yeah, that's that time. So, all right, heading up to the next tank here. All right, so this one is the Xiphophorus ophidium. So this is a wild type platy species. You get kind of cool markings on them, but some of the males too. These don't really have it. Maybe it's a specific location, but see how these turn out. I've had these since the ALA this year, so it's another one that's kind of newer here in the fish room. All right, next up here are some wrestling half beaks. I got these from Dan. I think it's for about a year. I may actually move these fish to a different tank. I'll have to make some room and move these around because this is another one I'll probably have to pull females out of because I know these eat fry quite a bit.
I love the half beaks.
I haven't had much luck with them.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I'll have to maybe pull the females out. Next one here, one I've had for quite a long time. This is the black bar endlers. I think I've had this colony for, I don't know, like 2-3 years, something like that. All right, the next one down. I got these yesterday. I had a good colony of these going. But, unfortunately, I lost them. This is Xenotoca dodroi. And they went behind the sponge, so.
I just picked up a 6-pack of these Thursday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're not too bad to breed. They don't eat fry or anything like that, so they're not bad. They're pretty fish.
Sorry, Mike. How did you say that name again?
Dodroi.
Oh, yeah, I have a pair of them too. Okay. Yeah, they're nice fish.
I got some from Mike a few years ago. That's where my colony started from, was from Mike.
Oh, cool. I got mine from Alishan.
Okay, yeah. He offered me something a long time ago. I don't remember what it was. This next fish here, let me see if I can get it. They're probably all in the, but these are Cumana endlers.
Oh, look at them, man.
I got these from Jeremy from Sergeant Tank. He gave these to me. But kind of pretty little endler. I mean, they're supposedly Adrian HD lineage. I don't have like a certificate or anything, so I wouldn't sell them as that. But next fish here, I don't think you're gonna see. Oh no, there you can see them right back there. These are the Gambusia clarkubsia. Not really had much luck breeding these. I've had these for quite a while too. All right. I'm gonna steal my chair for a minute here. All right, we're gonna go to the top. These are the Lamprologus ocellatus gold. Jason from Primetime Aquatics came to speak. He actually came and toured the fish room here too. And at that meeting, one of the fish stores put these in the raffle table or the auction, and I ended up picking them up. Haven't had a lot. Well, excuse me. Haven't had a lot of luck breeding them, but I'll think caves or something. Next one is a endangered, actually an extinct platy species in the wild. These are the Xiphophorus cuchianus. They were from a little stream in Mexico, which unfortunately got drained, but we're able to save them in the hobby. So these took a long time for me to spawn, but I ended up buying some younger fish for this colony, and then they kind of started spawning again. So
They just needed some young blood in it.
yeah, basically, I do that a lot actually. Next one is Heterandria formosa. There's not too many of these left. Like, these are ones I've had for quite a while. So I think there's one right there. I think there's like 3 in here. So on the bottom, moving on to the bottom here. You're all going to hate me for this, but I got this colony of fish for $10 at an auction a couple years ago. These are the stack endlers.
Oh, yeah.
Someone was selling like a female and some fry, and like no one bought it because no one knew what it was. So I ended up getting these for like $10.
Nice.
Wow.
I know. What is Dan? I think Dan sells them for like, at one point was selling them for like 40. I think they've come down a little bit then, but this tank's kind of dark for some reason, so I don't know how well you can see it. These are the Vienna guppies. When Jimmy moved back from Ohio back to Seattle, I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
But when he took down his fish room, I went and helped him a little bit. He gave me these.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I still have them.
You got a bunch of fish, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a whole cooler full of them. I still have a few. This is one I have left still. I'm trying to think of how many of those I still have. I think this one, and I have like one rainbow fish. I think that's all I have from those.
You do really well with all your crypts. They look so good.
I know, and I do nothing for them, by the way.
And they just grow like that.
Yes, I do absolutely nothing. I mean, this last group I did put some root tabs in just to see how they do, but I generally don't do a lot of fertilizer here. It's basically what I feed. I think we have a lot of minerals in our water anyway.
Yeah,
which kind of helps. It's all like coming from like Lake Huron. So, all right. Next up here are the Hawaiian Variatus platies.
Ooh.
I got these from Dan as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so those are definitely cool. Heading up here, this one here is the Xiphophorus Variatus from Rio Huxtitla. You can see the male. The male from the other ones that we started out with kind of looks similar to this. They're a little bit brighter colored, but that's a wild type platy.
that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean the funny thing is people don't realize this, but they kind of get, the wild ones kind of get like cichlids. Like you'll get a dominant male, and so next one up here is the Nestrodon Immaculatus. This is the 10-spot live bear. So tiny little micro live bear. Got the AOA. And then this tank's kind of cloudy. Apologize for that, but this is the Garnus Calicus, which we saw the Falcatus earlier with the large Gonopodium. And then next up here is the Alfaro Cultratus. This is the knife live bear. Another fry eater. I've had a couple fry in here, but not too many. And then we got 3 tanks left upstairs. This one, these are the Xiphophorus avelene. It's another wild type platy. Basically kind of like a silver body with a bunch of splotches on it. You're right by the dehumidifier, so I can't get the camera in very well for these. But you guys see those?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then up next here, not very many of these in here, but I do have some Compoma Blue Star Endlers. And then there's also some CPDs in here as well. And then the last fish for upstairs, these are the Chaplictes pardalis, which is a Gidea species that I would recommend anyone to start out with. These bred really readily. So
They're nice too.
yeah, they're really easy to breed. They don't eat the fry or anything. Like this is one that I'm kind of comfortable with, giving some out to, because like they just kind of repopulate themselves. I don't know for any of you that have been in the fish, the old fish room tours, like when I used to go live, this is what it looks like now. It's the whole room.
Nice.
So this is.
I like the space you have up there now.
Yeah, very nice.
So I got tired of like being cramped everywhere.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that's the upstairs. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick before we go downstairs.
I'll have a gin and tonic.
So, and I'm gonna try not to make you dizzy. All right. So, heading on downstairs. For anyone who's new, this is basically a 1.5 car garage with an upstairs. So,
Oh my. And there's more.
Wow.
there's more.
Ah,
All right. There's not as many tanks down here, though. So this tank here is the Cyprichromis Leptosoma Blue Flash. So these have done really well for me. I've got a good group of them. It was about 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah, it was 2 years ago or so. And these guys have really done well. They've bred pretty readily. They've slowed down a little bit recently, but you can still see the little fry right there.
Yeah.
And then these other guys, this other fish you'll see in here is the Tilapia Bathyphyllus Kekesi. He's obviously got a messed up tail.
oh, he's a little crooked.
Yeah, he's been in here for a couple years too.
He's a cutie.
There should be another one. Okay.
Thanks, Sam.
All right. Up next here, there's a couple of cool fish in here. There's the Basilia mexicana. And then also there's the Nephophorus Montezuma. They're all juveniles right now, so they're kind of hard to tell apart. The swords will have like the lines on them. And then also in the bottom here, if I can get them in there, Corey concolor. All right. All right, next up here, they kind of hide out in the rocks, but there's some more Gidea species in here. These are the Xenotoca melanotoma. They kind of just hang out in the rocks. They're kind of more skittish than the other ones that I have, like the other Xenotocas. So, but they have bred for me, so can't complain too much about that. All right. We'll do the big tank next. This tank is home a couple of Mbuna. These are you got the yellow layout. This is the Perthalaceae. These are the oldest fish here in the fish barn.
Remember
I
that?
actually had them before there was a fish barn. Even these were
Wow.
Nice.
Is that the background that you made?
Yes,
I like it.
it's
I remember
covered with blackbeard algae.
Yeah, but I like it. It looks like it's a snapshot from underneath.
Yeah, so it's a fun tank.
Mike, the mods are giving me the 15-minute notice.
15 minutes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go fast as I can then. All right. Up here, Iliodon persidens, the Troutgillion. Quite a few fish there. Next one's here. You're not going to see a lot of these because of the val, but these are the Xiphophorus calmani,
Oh, I
the
see.
brass swordtail.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of fry in here, and then there's also a bunch of lemon drop bristlenose plecos. You can see in there.
Yeah.
All right. Next tank here is home to a bunch of South American cichlids. This is my largest tank, 245 gallons.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Wow.
All right. So this next tank is like
Do
the
they ever
ugly
kill
tank.
each other?
No, they're all pretty chill, actually.
South
Nice.
Americans aren't like that.
Yeah, they're all kind of chill. You've got the
They
subrooms
got
in
lots
here.
of room, that's for sure.
Yeah, they've got this. You got the subrooms in here. You know, and all the geophagus in here, and then
Yeah.
these Thoricles maculopenis. They're up here as well.
Very nice.
Thanks. Up next here are these Malawi barracuda. This is the old reef tank. So there's a ton of fry for these as well. And you see one of them up here, some of the older ones. But the tank is for a large tank. It's rather disgusting, but it is what it is.
Now, are those the egg scatter?
No, they're mouth brooders,
Oh, okay.
but they're piscivores though, so they eat fish. But they seem to do fine with extreme. So I know, trying to go fast to make sure we make it on time. So
Oh, you're good.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, so next up is another group of Cyprichromis leptosoma. I don't have the location for these, but I got these from Jason from Primetime Aquatics. As you can see, they've bred quite well. Shell dwellers. These are just the Elamphrologus similis. And then next tank here are there's some platos. I got these platos yesterday. So you can see the male there.
Wow.
Then you've got the platinum sailfin mollies as well as the Xiphophorus maiae, another wild type sword. All right, so this next one is a 150 gallon. It's kind of a catch-all Lake Tanganyikan cichlid tank. You have the white fish in here are called the Pelasporus. The Calachromis pelasporus flame rainbow. You also have the Lamprologus ornatopenis, which is this fish right here, and that fish right there. And then I do have one. It's like a Ultralampologus.
Oh no, is that me?
And then you do have some Paracyprochromis nigropenis. So, all right, moving onwards and upwards. All right, so these are the same fish that we talked about briefly upstairs. These are the Chevalet caustis. The group I picked up yesterday at the auction.
Wow, they're cool.
Yeah, I really like those.
So if those other ones ever get cleaned up, I'll merge the two groups together. And then this next one, hopefully they're out and about. There's one right there. All right, so this is what is it? This is the Iliodon whitei. Unlike the first ones that you saw a little bit ago, these have not bred very well for me. Maybe I didn't get all the same sex or something. I don't know, but they've not bred very well. All right. Oh, this guy's actually out, so we'll catch him. This is the Frontosa I got from Jeremy that really can't live with anyone else.
Oh, wow.
That rainbow is a fish that I got from Jimmy as well. Kind of lives in there with the Frontosa.
You get the rainbow in with the Frontosa. That's awesome.
So it kind of works out. Up down here is a 75 gallon that's home to I can't quite label, sorry. Allophorus robustus. This is the largest Cadaean species. It'll get about 8 inches long or so. But these are pretty big fish. And then I do have some Paleatus floating around as well. They're like over here. So those. Next up are these Tropheus Malorio red morai. I got these from a buddy of mine. His name's Scott. If you go on the channel, I did a tour of his fish room.
Those are neat.
Wow. They're cool.
Yeah, they're really nice fish. Not too many more left actually. So, this next one here is the Haplochromis nucus squamatus, and there's the names. So that
Say that 3 times fast.
right? Who knows if I said it right? But it's the Victorian cichlid. You can see the males in the back. I see some really cool pictures of them online, all colored up, but unfortunately, I've not really seen that with him. Now, this tank I didn't get a chance to clean, so I apologize. This is the Alatoga goslinii, another Gudea species. And then next up, red coral guppy is here. This is one that I don't know why I bought him, honestly, but I did.
I've never
right.
done that before.
All right, up next here is the Libya islay. Obviously, there's a billion of these. And there's a couple of platies in here, too, from Rio Encino, the Zephophorus variata species. And then I actually do have a flash pluck over there. He's actually out where you can see him. He's back there.
Yep.
All right. Up next here is the Cyprochromis leptosoma lavua blue orchid. I apologize for the glare. The dominant male is like back in the. Sorry, I forget it. There you go. So that's the dominant fish right there. All right. Next up is a 90-gallon here. This is the. These are home to my Berlin black swordtails, as well as my Yucatan sailfin mollies. So there's a pair of those in there, and then the swords.
There's what's the name for those swordtails?
Berlin black.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got those at the Big Fish Deal actually. This is like the second generation of those.
Yep.
Yeah, I have 3 of them left, and I think they're too old to breed anymore.
Oh.
I'm afraid that that's the case with these too.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I got mine at the Big Fish Deal too, I think.
Yeah, probably from the same guy.
Yep.
All right, so this next one here. Sorry about the glare. All right, these are the Tropheus Mplungu. I got these at the Triple Crown. I had started out with 3 of them. And obviously, there's like a whole bunch of them now. There's a whole family of these.
They got busy.
Yeah. And the last tank here is another one of those catch-all tanks, but the main fish in here are the Antinovius toweri, which are all the silvery fish, called the blue-tailed Gudea. If you see the males have like a really nice blue tail. I hope it comes through on the camera. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of Java moss here, as you can see. So it's about auction time again, so I'll have to weed all that out. So that's the last tank, actually. So I'll head upstairs real quick.
It's a shame you can't get crips to grow for you.
I know, right?
Yeah.
There are some big, beautiful crips in those tanks, man.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, some people are saying they love it, but it's a lot of fish. What do you say? I mean, are you doing any of these for the BAP programs or?
Yeah, I actually got this year. I got the Master Breeder Award.
Woo!
Awesome.
So our last season. So here, let me flip the camera back around on me.
Here, let me bring you back down.
So
Guess I should do that.
Very nice tour there, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. That was awesome.
Yeah.
no problem.
Thank you, Mike. You're cool.
And we still have 6 minutes. You really put it to the pedal to the metal there on that.
Yeah,
I
last.
did.
Zip through those last ones.
Yeah. So I mean, if anyone has any questions, go ahead and let me know. I know this camera's crooked. Hold on.
I want to know about water changes. I don't think you mentioned that.
There's an auto water change system. Basically, I have a water line that runs from the house out here. It goes through like 3 filters, and and then it takes all the chlorine out and any particulates and stuff like that. So that's what I do, and then it just auto water changes.
And then what? That drips into every tank? Like you have a line that drips into all the
There's
tanks?
plumbing lines that go around here, and there's a 55-gallon drum. So there's a pump in there. There's actually, I think there's like 3 or 4, and they're hooked up to an Amazon Alexa, and so a couple times a day they'll just run the water through the tank.
And how does the water leave the tanks? Are all your tanks drilled?
Yes. Tanks don't live in here unless they're drilled.
I gotcha.
Pelham wants to know, Jeff wants to know if you ship.
No, I get that quite a bit.
I know.
And if you want to go, I think Jeff's actually fairly local to me. Like I think he's middle of the state. If you come to the Detroit auction on was it November 4th, I'll probably have some fish in the auction.
Your yellow German guppies are doing crazy good for me.
I don't even have those anymore. But that's fine.
I noticed. Well, he gave them, he was going to sell them at the ALA down in Miami, and the boys died, but he gave me the 2 girls, and then he gave me a boy the next time I saw him, and
yeah,
man, they're doing amazing.
Yeah, that was a hard trip for the fish. So I heard the ALA is going to be in Florida again this year, or in 2024. So,
I heard
did-
maybe Tampa Bay
sorry.
or Cincinnati.
oh, really? They haven't decided yet. I thought Florida was kind of official.
I thought it fell through maybe, but I'm not for sure.
Okay,
I'll find out,
okay.
or we'll find out.
I can find out too if I ask the right people. So, actually, I saw one of the right people at the auction on Saturday. I should have asked him.
Can you
Fun
see
to hang
the,
out with you again.
Oh, thank you.
Mike,
Thank you,
can you
High
see
Desert
the
Aqua. I
comments?
appreciate it.
can you see the comments, Mike?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I can see the one that's on the screen.
Okay.
So let me get the computer back up here. It decided to go to sleep while I was running around.
Well, there's
While you're
several
looking it
people.
up, if an aquarium decided to have a live bear exhibit and they came to you and wanted all your live bears, what would be your minimum price that you would sell
good
them to?
question.
And you can't keep
All of
anything.
them?
They want it all.
They want it all.
He's calculating. I see his brain going.
It'd be a lot of money.
It would be.
It would be a number. I'd have to really think about it. Would actually have to do math on it. But I think it would be. It would have to be a 5-figure number, I think. I mean, like some of these I've had for so long, and you guys sit at those library auctions. Some of you guys have been at those. So, yeah, it would be quite a bit of money to get rid of all the libraries in here. That would be. You basically would be asking me to restart the entire fish barn.
Right?
Yep.
So, yeah, it would be quite a bit of money.
You'd have to be able to retire.
They're right.
That's almost where it was going. Like, so, yeah. So those are. I went pretty quick through those. So definitely.
If somebody that, well, 2 parts to this. Somebody that's thinking about getting into the fish hobby, what would you tell them? And people like Chattanooga Ed that have been in it forever, what advice would you give him?
Anyone getting new into the hobby, I would say start slow and easy, and learn as much as you could about the nitrogen cycle. And then someone like Ed, I guess, try to keep finding things that keep your passion going, because it gets hard, especially when you get busy. It gets hard to keep that going. I've struggled with that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, there's times where this room I basically just come in here and feed it.
G says in this case you need to buy your house too. Actually, that's a barn, G. So fish tank barn is his
So it's
channel.
outside of the house.
Yeah.
So
You get-
actually, There's actually two people. I saw Joel and Becky Umarov's question. There's a guy. There's Lucas. There's another guy here that had a fish house with koi in it. That was in the newspapers, and I think got a little bit of traction online as well.
Yeah.
So that's around. There's one around here too, and I think Brian Barczyk bought it or is doing his aquarium or something with that or some. I don't know exactly.
All right. Thank
So,
you, Mike.
No problem. I'll go back like tomorrow and see if there's any comments in the stream,
I'm sure there will be.
and
Appreciate it.
and I'll answer anything that anyone has.
All right. No last questions, anybody? All right. We've got the links posted there for Daniken. So I'll see you guys over there. And take care, everybody. Thank you, panel.
Thank you for having me on.
Mike.
Hi,
And
guys.
thank you, everybody in the chat. Good night.